Hello everyone, this is the 7th instalment, I think. Am I right? Am I right? Yes, I think I'm right. Anyway, 7th instalment, and here we are in this wonderful building, same spot, slightly different backing this week. We have the rock wall in for going to do the back wall, the acoustic bass sucking frequency back wall thing, which we'll be having fun with tomorrow. But basically this week has been all about the hall. The hall in all of its glory has been through quite a few emotions this week. We said goodbye to Hamish the dragon. Hamish the dragon was on the wall going from the main floor down to this floor, and my mum painted this crazy dragon on the wall to lead us down to our playroom, because this was the playroom. And now it's my studio, which is still my playroom. So Hamish the dragon was painted, and there was lots of seals and dolphins and whales and fishes. And we had icebergs and we had clouds, and Hamish was really, really big and scaly and purple. But Hamish sadly had to go. I'm sorry, Hamish, but just doesn't quite feel right anymore to have Hamish there. So we said goodbye, and I watched Mickey slowly fade him out with white paint, and it's a little bit sad. But anyway, we have to move on, and instead of a dragon, soon we will have a mural on the ceiling. And Gordon sent me through some sketches of what he was thinking that we're going to do for the ceiling, and today I saw the final painting sketch of what he was going to do, and it really does look fantastic. When I first saw it, I was a little bit hesitant, like to immediately go, wow, that's fantastic, even though it is fantastic. But it really, hit home that I am actually going to paint this thing on the ceiling. Well, Gordon's going to paint it on the ceiling, and it's no longer just going to be a plain wall or a plain ceiling. It's going to have this incredible thing on, and it's a big statement, and it's like you're not going back from here, missus. So it took me a while to kind of, really think that it was the right thing. But then when I kept looking at it, and it really is going to be fantastic, and it's also going to mirror in this house my flat in London, because I have a beautiful skyscape in my living room, so I can lie down on my sofa and look up at the sky even when it's a dreary day, and even at night it still looks like a night sky because it's all dark. So, but unfortunately today Gordon came, and he was expecting to get going and just draw out where he was going to paint it, and then paint the base colours. So unfortunately the scaffolding, which they so eagerly put up last week very quickly and did it very well, just stopped a metre too short of where Gordon needs to be. So sadly, unless he had ridiculously long Inspector Gadget arms, he would be able to paint the ceiling. But because he doesn't, like most of us, your average arm length, we have to wait now for the scaffolders to come and build it up another metre. But that's all right. We can handle it. I still have to finish a few things in my mind about exactly what we're going to have in the corners of this motif. We'll get you a little close-up of the painting somewhere in this blog, so you can see what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway, so on the motifs, I was thinking of having trains and sewing machines in the little motif bit, which was going to look like it's meant to be in stonework. You'll see on the picture. So I was going to have a little train and a little sewing machine. And they're going to have a little maze in one of them, which represents the story of Rinaldo and Armida, which was the opera that was played this one season before the Opera House burnt down, that William Sheldon, who built this house, basically was inspired by this painting, Rinaldo and Armida, to do with this house, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'll explain all that much later on, but just to give you a little hint. So this maze is in this story, so that's going up there, and also the rose of the people that used to live here, called the Pembertons, they made this rose, and they called it Fairy, and it's a double layered rose, and it's pink, and it's quite pretty, and we've got it outside on the pillar of the portico. It's all very grand. So there we go, so he couldn't do that today, and that was a bit annoying. And then we realised also the ceiling was the wrong base colour, so that has to be done again. And also this week, the original colour that I chose for the hall was completely wrong. And I had to rush back from Brighton after I went to see the Loop Festival. I went to see David Sugar at the Loop Festival. He was very, very good. Quite attractive as well. and slightly not thinking about what I should be thinking about. Anyway, so it was great, except it was completely the wrong colour, and I came back and it was like a lime yellow, and it was just so not happening. So so we had to paint it all again. So now it's a nice, it's called Edwardian Lemon, and it's very subtle, but very good. So there we go, so the hall is now the right colour. They're still doing all the woodwork. I got the units from the sprayer. He's sprayed all the units which have been made by Paul, and they look really, really great. They're going on the wall, and they're really heavy, and it took 4 of us to carry them in here and carry them around the walls. I bought a butler sink for the kitchen, which took me about a month to find the right size, because it's quite a big size I need and quite specific, and it cost me £30, which is a right bargain, even though it has a tiny little chip on it. But we went and fetched that yesterday in the van. What else? Spoke to my friend Melise, because she, as well as being an incredible musician and artiste, you can find her on my MySpace page, she also is working in fuel cell technology. She's a pretty brainy lady. So we were talking about how to harness all of this energy that we have with horse dung and septic tanks and not really attractive things like that. So she has the technology with some people that she works with to basically take all of that and turn it into electricity somehow. So she's going to come here on Thursday, and we're going to talk about that. And the highlight had to have been about 2 hours ago. Everyone was feeling a little bit down in the dumps because we couldn't get going, and we really wanted to, paint the ceiling, and yeah, so we're all feeling a bit down in the dumps. And I was just talking about the ceiling, and we're having slight problems with permissions to do things, and I won't tell you exactly all about that right now, but maybe in time what exactly is going on there. But basically it was a little bit tricky this morning with whether we should go ahead with it or not. And then my manager, Mark, texted me on my phone, and he said, Joe Whiley's playing hide and seek on Radio 1 now. And the only place that I could hear or find a radio was I had to run to the top of the stairs where Mickey was painting the skirting. And he had a paint covered little radio. I was like, turn it quick, to Radio 1 now, they're playing hide and seek. And so we tuned it upstairs, and we sat up there together, and I was singing along. And to me, it was just like a sign. It was like, it's okay, you can paint it on the ceiling. Even though some people may not agree with me, nobody's played hide and seek on Radio 1 for 6 months or a year or something. And to me, it was very significant. So I decided that today, because of that, I'm going to go ahead with it. God damn it. So there we go. And if I can't, then I'm just going to have to paint over it. But hopefully that won't happen. So there we go. It turned out all right in the end. It was a bit stressful, but we all got up and down, and then suddenly everything's all right. Just one little tiny thing, and everything goes, and it's all good again. So just remember that if you're having a hard day today, something will come along, and it'll all be all right. So there we go. Until next time, I bid you adieu. Joe Whiley, she wills.